What's going on, guys? Austin Mack, and today I'm going to bring you guys the ultimate map guide for Oregon and Rainbow Six Siege. Now, I've done two videos on this in the past, and I've done ultimate map guides for Clubhouse and Chalet, but I'm bringing it back because I haven't done it in a while, and I do enjoy making these types of videos. So basically, in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys on the defensive side first how to set up every single site, what operators you should be bringing to every single site, and also showing you what places you need to be holding so you can win rounds on that site. So basically, I'm going to show you again on every single site, operators, the site setups, and whatever. On the attack side, I'm going to be showing you again what operators to bring when you're attacking each individual site, and then also what areas and pushes you can do to help you win the round that are common and that are like good and people do. So yeah, without further ado, before we get into this video, make sure you guys go into the description. The top link in the description is my Twitch. If you guys are interested in Twitch streams or whatever, you can go pop out over there. I stream pretty much every single night, or I try to. And then also hit the like, subscribe button if you enjoy this video, or if you're gonna watch it all the way through. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so the first site we're gonna talk about on the defensive side is going to be second floor kids dorm. Now, for this site, the operators that you want to be bringing, or that I would strongly suggest, are first going to be Mute and Castle. Now, Mute is very good on the site just because of like anti-intel, so obviously there's not a lot of like doors that drones can get into, so Mute is very good for being able to kind of just shut off every piece of intel that you can get on the attack end, and really just like be able to concede positions, which is very important, and be able to obviously deny intel, which Mute is very good at. And then Castle is very good because a lot of the time you're going to want to have an extension off of the site. So obviously it's hard for me to kind of talk about it when we're not on the map, but if you can see on the second floor, all the way on the top right of that, so like all the way on the left, that little room, armory, that is a very good place to hold because you can make lines of sight, block yourself off, protect yourself with castles, and be able to very put pressure and hold that master bedroom position, which is a not very important piece of map control on the second floor. So I'd say Castle is very good if you want to hold on to that, and Mute's really good. Other operators, I'd say Doc. Obviously Doc is just a very good operator to have on like pretty much almost every single site. I will say one of the most other important ones that I would strongly suggest bringing is Azami. Azami is really going to be great for making ways and lines of sight, and being able to protect the site and be able to make it so you can make power positions within the site with the Azamis, which is very crucial and can very well help you guys win the round. And then obviously, as a side onto Azami, you can run like a Jagger, you can run like, where is he, Wamai down here. Those are also two good operators if you're gonna go Azami. I probably wouldn't run them if you're not going to go Azami, but they're still great to have if you're going Azami. And then other operators, I'd say like Velk is very good. Cams, if you can get some good cam spots, you can get some good C4s, pre-plays, stuff like that. Echo's pretty decent, I'd say. And then probably the last defender that I would be like, probably you need to bring is going to be Cade. Now, I would say Bandit, but Bandit's a little bit hard because a lot of the floors are soft from the first floor up. So if you don't have anybody roaming or contesting those positions downstairs, Bandit is just going to get eaten alive by like a Buck, an Ash, or something like that. So I would go Cade. I think Cade is just better overall for this second floor site. And then the last two operators that I'm going to touch on are going to be Melusi, because Melusi is just good on every single site. Obviously, with the 4 Banshees now, that buff was crazy. So I would definitely go Melusi. And then if Fenrir is available, Fenrir is not bad play at all. So those are the operators I'd say: Mute, Castle, Doc, Velk, Azami, Wamai, Jagger, Legion, I forgot to throw Legion in there. Always great to have a trap operator. Cade, Melusi, and Fenrir. So those are the operators I would say that second floor is going to be suited for them best, and they are going to be able to provide maximum holding for that site. All right, so now for the actual site setup for second floor, this is how you're going to want to do it. I'm obviously on Mute, but all the operators, again, that I mentioned are going to be great for this site. But so the first thing you want to do is you want to put a rotate from kids into dorms. Now, I did it a little bit wide, but mostly you want to have footholes along the bottom and then a rotate close to this wall. The reason you don't want to put it too far is, like, if you make it too far, you can see the bomb like from outside the window, so people baiting are gonna be able to see the bomb, and like deep into B and into kids. So that's why you want to put it like closer to the thing. I kind of did a bad job at it, but just make sure to kind of, you know, mind that. Obviously you're gonna put a rotate from kids into attic right here. This is pretty customary. You're gonna be reinforcing those two attic walls. And then the last, this, not the last, but the big thing that I want to say here is that if you have a C4, a lot of people are going to put head holes right here just to contest that the master and trophy, you know, positions here. But a lot, like when I play, this is what I like to do. I like to bring mute a lot of time on the site, and I will reinforce this wall, and basically you just shoot this open, and then what you're able to do is just like by hearing, you can throw a C4 over and kill people, you know what I mean? A lot of this time people do this with Velk. They put like a cam and trophy, and then they'll sit on it and then be able to C4. Usually I'm just mute, and I just like to do it like this, but I like to run it like this. I know a lot of people love the head holes, but I think this honestly might be better, because if you look over here, this is basically what I did. I set up the obviously I don't have castle, but I set up basically what the castle setup would look like for you guys. So you're basically just gonna like reinforce that wall. You're gonna be castling like this window. You're gonna be castling this away. You're gonna be castling this wall, or that doorway in the closet, and you're going to be sitting in attic over here and just kind of contesting this so they can't get in. And then like if you need to fall back, you know, you can pop the hatch and go. But yeah, so this is like what the castle thing would look like. So especially like that, a lot of the time you're not going to need to contest trophy like all too much with these head holes. So I do like double reinforcing this trophy wall, but again, it is up to you guys. Obviously we're going to be double reinforcing the games wall. This is very optional, but you can put pre holes right here. So a lot of people, obviously this is default plant spot, so like people will open this games wall and then come over here and plant because of the cover. So if you shoot this open and you have someone playing underneath, or you're able to drop like the hatch in there, or you know the castle's able to drop hatch in armory, you know he's going to be able to, they are going to be able to come under. So yeah, so site setup basically is very you know, basic, right? Head holes, like head holes right here. You want head holes right here. A lot of people put like a rotate here, but I like the head holes. I think Richie runs head holes here. I saw a Richie setup video on this, and he was kind of talking about head holes versus like a rotate here. But yeah, I agree with him. I think head holes are definitely just better here. Obviously you can test from games to bunks window, sorry. And then for mute, I'll just show some of the mutes that I would put down. You put like a mute right here. Obviously this is kind of butt because you can be seen from that window, but if you put a mute at the top of these stairs, white stairs, that's good. You're gonna want to throw one of your mutes on this double bunks window. And then I would put your other one right on trophy window, just so they can't get in through this way. And then the last one I'd put it like right up on this table, just because this is like a drone spot that people will try to sneak their drones in, and especially if you are running Cade like you should, or like wall denial. A lot of people drive like their Twitch drones, Flores drones through here, Malusi drones, stuff like that, so they can get the stuff off the wall. But yeah, so that is the basic site setup for second floor on Oregon. Now I already talked about it, but the third segment for the defenses on every single site is going to be obviously what positions are very important to hold, and how you actually hold this site setup and this site in general. And I would say the important positions are, one, obviously if you have this armory extension, you should be playing here. That is a big position. Again, basically the main points of this, and a lot of people will try to push, is they will try to do a master take, like a master balcony take. So like take balcony, they'll get games wall open, and they'll take trophy. So if you, important positions like to hold that and counteract that is going to be armory. If you have someone, you know, contesting and like having ghost pressure, or like quickly peeking and like, you know, putting pressure on this balcony, you know, trophy is a good spot, armory is a very good spot. Again, like people, again, another push is going to be like pushing through attic. So if you have someone like playing close on here, just contesting them, having someone maybe like in kids, you know, maybe to like help the person hold in attic, that's going to be good for you guys. Presence on the first floor on a roam would be good too, especially if they're going under, like bucking, stuff like that. I would say. And then the last, probably more important place to hold that you can hold is gonna be on these bunks. Obviously a lot of people will bait out this window, try to just jump in, catch a fast one. So just holding here gives you so much leeway, especially if you do play these head holes, because you know you can, if you're sitting here, you know you're protected from the window. You can contest the window going here. You can swing out this way, or you know you can contest actually trophy door, and you can contest breach if they get it open, and you can contest top white. So those are the places that I would hold and that are very important to hold on this site. But without further ado, let's get to basement. All right, so for this site, for the basement site, we're going to go to now. The best operators you are going to want to bring are, firstly, I'm going to just go down the line. Smoke is very, very good. In this site, you're going to want to be holding elbow in the site setup. I mean, basically every single time you go to this basement site, you should be holding elbow. So smoke or warden is going to be very, very good. Just make sure if you are running smoke over warden, you are running you have somebody on your team with a shield. It's just going to help it, you hold it so much better. And then obviously I would say mute is very, 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 very good combo to have with that, obviously, so you can't get Flores droned. And then on top of that, like a Jagger is going to be very good, because obviously you're going to want to bring Mira too if she is not banned, because she is one of the best ops for this site. So like having Mira and then like a shield is going to be very, very important for like a Jagger, because Jagger obviously or Wamai are going to need to defend that shield if they're not running like a Flores, if they're trying to like nade off the shield, or if they're running, you know, stuff to like an ace to get the Mira off the wall. So those are important operators. Someone like Doc again is always good on at pretty much every single site. Bandit's going to be good to pair with those Miras. And then I'd say obviously Mira. I'd say Legion's great because he's a trap operator. You want trap operators on the site. Vigil's good if you're gonna roam second floor, which you probably want to, just so they don't get the hatches, and then you know just get rid of one of the Miras. And then again, Wamai, Goyles, again always good for denial, entry denial, warden. Cade's good, obviously, because the Miras, the hatches that are on the site, Cade is a very, very good option here. And then Clash. Clash is also a very, very good option. It's going to help that elbow player and that Mira, you know, kind of be able to live and make them, a lot of the time, it's going to make them just defer and go push a whole different way. You know what I mean? Or you're going to get a free round when if they try to keep pushing elbow way. So Clash is very good. Melusi, again, trap operator for Banshee's just absolutely busted on pretty much every single site. Azami's good, again, she's pretty decent. Fenrir, again, is pretty good. And then Tuberel, I would say, is a decent play if you're going to run like a Cade and stuff like that. So those are the operators that I would say you want to be bringing to the site. All right, now for the basement site setup, now I am on Mira. So for this basement site setup, you're going to want to reinforce this left wall looking into freezer, because I am Mira, but there's 3 possible Mira places that you can be placing your Miras. So the first option is going to be here. So looking into freezer, this is a very, very strong one, especially if you have like pillar handled and stuff like that, because obviously you can contest freezer. Very good Mira. I would run this one for sure, honestly. That's a very good Mira. But yeah, that's the first little Mira. And then obviously we head into laundry. You're going to want to rotate here. You can make this crouch rotate, whatever. This is where the second Mira goes. It's going to depend really how your team wants to play, but you can reinforce either side and put the Mira on either side. So you can like put the Mira here, or you can reinforce this side, put the Mira here, and play off that. Or you can just have the head holes, which a lot of time I just kind of rock these head holes because I will already run this Mira right there. But then obviously you want your elbow rotate next, right into bunker. You can also obviously shoot like these out if you want to play close to eliminate sound. So obviously you want your smoke warden playing over there. And then you're going to want in the supply, you're going to want head holes right here just to contest this, those back stairs. So they can't just walk down freely. And then heading into electric e-box. This is where your other Mira can go, obviously. This is pretty default, I would say. You can put it here. Obviously, you could have like your Clash playing here. Obviously, you're going to have like your Warden or Smoke playing that elbow position. And you can have your Mira here. Obviously, you're going to get this hatch. And then this is optional, but you can like reinforce this side and then have a head hole up here. I kind of made it really big, but like this is also just another angle that you can contest these backstairs with if they're trying to push down. This is really optional. You don't have to have this, but I think it's cool to, you know, if you want to play like this, you just kind of gotta be like, you know, proactive, right? Obviously, this should not be this big. But yeah, so that is pretty much kind of the whole site setup. It's pretty simple. Obviously, you're gonna have your roamers upstairs if you're running any, which I would, just because obviously you're gonna be getting this hatch. You're gonna be getting the hatch, hopefully in freezer, and then because we have 6 reinforcements left, yeah. So, and then you're gonna get the hatch like main. You're gonna get that one in freezer. You're gonna get that one in e-box. Now, important positions that I would say to hold on this bomb site are obviously it's gonna be elbow, the first one, right? If they're doing a bunker push, which is the most default, I would say, among them, just holding onto this bunker position, even if your shield gets like, you know, broken, if you can hold that, that's gonna be huge for them. Holding this Mira as long as possible, right? Just holding bunker in general is gonna be huge, and then being able to just, you know, be able to block them from taking these backstairs and just walking down. So another one would be kind of just holding this pillar, because you can fight that angle, blue tarps, you can fight that, and you can fight backstairs. So that's going to be an important one. And then obviously I'd say if you have a Mira, especially, just being able to fight this, you always want, if you have a Mira, you always want a person kind of on that angle contesting it. And then obviously you can play here, supply closet. You can play closet if they're trying to push down main stairs, and then obviously you're going to want a roamer on this site, right? Just so they can, you know, obviously if they end up getting the hatches, but it's okay. But obviously as a roamer, your job is to prolong the time it takes. You know, it's not necessarily getting picks, right? It's prolonging time. So that's a very important one. So that's the site setup. Those are the important positions to hold. Let's get to the next site. All right, so the next site we're going to go over is going to be kitchen, dining hall, first floor. Now, operators, you're going to want for this site, good ones always are going to be mute. I'm going to say mute like every single site. Just great operator. Castle is going to be, again, good on this site too. People like Doc, obviously, again, good on every single site. That looks pretty good on this site. I'd say Frost is pretty good, especially if you are going to be holding the small tower, top small tower, so they can't thermite down, do the one trick. Bandit is going to be good on this site for sure. Looking ahead, Kapkan's pretty good on this side, I'd say, because first floor is a lot of different kind of like doorways, stuff like that. So Kapkan's always good. Obviously if you can protect your Kapkans. Echo, I would say, is pretty good on this site. Just because obviously it's like kind of sneaky. You can play like basement and deny plants, stuff like that. I would say Legion, again, always great to have a trap operator, guys. Always great. So Legion's gonna be good like at every single site. Vigil, obviously, just OP loadout. Again, just a lot of the same operators. I mean, Goyo, Fenrir, Azami. Cade's pretty decent if you're gonna be trying to get like keep the hatches in check. Malusi. You could play a Rooney here. Rooney's not like a horrible play. Thunderbird isn't like horrible here. And yeah, I would say those are probably the best operators and operators you should bring. Scopos too. I would say Scopos is a pretty decent operator to bring here, but yeah, those operators you should be bringing first floor. All right, so now for the kitchen, dining hall site setup. Basically, I forgot to reinforce this wall, but basically you're gonna want to reinforce this wall for kitchen. You're gonna have this wall reinforced. You're gonna have this one, and then you're gonna have this one open into security. This is just gonna give you kind of more control. Obviously, you can kind of go more freely in and out the site. Have this hatched, popped, and play like underneath and stuff like that. So this is going to be a good rotate that you're going to want to have. Just open somehow. This is going to be optional. You can honestly, you can put a rotate into this is going to be meeting. You can put a rotate into here. Honestly, you might just want to like double reinforce both of these if you're not going to play directly into here. But even if you aren't, I would put feet holes along this like backstairs entrance, just so it's like some ghost pressure. And especially if you're going to kind of like play in here, you know, you can, you know, be able to contest that, right? Because that's going to be important. My turtle's going fed. As we move in the finalized kitchen, have like the top of this wall open just so you can contest everything inside of dining. Moving into dining, you want both these walls reinforced, obviously, and then you're gonna want this right wall reinforced. This is important because you want someone playing inside of showers, so like this is gonna be able to be a good spot, you know, so they don't get just like absolutely ran through. Pause. But you want to reinforce this shower wall, put head holes here so you can contest small tower. If you have a castle, I would put a castle like here on this window, so like, you know, it just is more protection for the guy playing showers. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole site. As we look upstairs, I would say you want to set up upstairs because this is going to be like an important spot for you. So you can kind of just set this up again like how the normal second floor is set up. So like having like feet holes here. You can reinforce this wall. You can have head holes there. You can have a rotate into attic. You can pop this hatch or leave it open. I know a lot of people just like reinforce hatches when they're, you know, obviously second floor, but that's more like you just like you're giving up your life, like you're sacrificing. Honestly, a lot of the time when I roam, I will pop the hatch above the site and I will just hold this as long as I can. And then when I'm done holding, all I do is just drop back down the site and we're good, right? Obviously the hatch is going to be open, but then now, you know, you just wasted a bunch of their time and they can't execute how they want to up the hatch. So that would be how I would set up kitchen, dining hall. All right, so the important places to hold on this site would first, I would have to say, would be putting some type of pressure on small tower. Because if you do not know, you can actually go into small tower, put a thermite like above this, like on top, and basically get this wall open. So a lot of the time you want someone either playing top small tower or you want them at least trying to challenge it from showers. And even in general, you want someone showers. So I would say showers, small tower presence is going to definitely be big. Again, I think a lot of this is going to be kind of just like on the roam. I would probably stick like one person in kitchen, one person like showers, big tower, and then the rest can kind of just roam around, honestly. So like kind of having kitchen. You can have someone like first floor because a lot of people will try to push up from first floor. I'd put probably like one roamer like first floor kind of around, and then you can have like two people upstairs. Because the upstairs is going to be very important because obviously this is all soft. So like the kitchen, a lot of it is like soft. So like if they get a lot of this, you know, it's going to kind of be toast. So having someone upstairs, at least two people upstairs, being able to defend that is going to be huge. But I would say small tower, showers, upstairs are kind of like the only big presence that you need to keep map control and win rounds on this site. Alright, so last site we're going to talk about for the defensive side is obviously going to be meeting kitchen. Now, operators, you want to bring, this is kind of going to be just like, you know, you're hearing this same thing so many times over and over. Mute, dock, castle, Valkyrie, gray options. Bandit for sure, you're going to want a wall denial on this site. So bandit, or down here we got Cade. Obviously, it's up to you guys. Just one of them would be great. Echo's pretty good. Still, I probably wouldn't bring Mira on this site. Obviously, Legion's great. Trap Operator, Vigil for the roam. You can bring maybe someone like Maestro. Maybe wouldn't be bad here necessarily because you can cover like long angles with Maestro. Goyo, again, Goyo's great. You can bring Warden for like a shield if you want. That wouldn't be bad. I forgot Castle. Did I say Castle? Castle is going to be good. Malusi, Aruni, solid. Azami, Fenrir, Scopos is pretty good. Thunderbird, solid. But yeah, basically the same, like a lot of the same operators that are very good on this, on the other sides are going to be good on this site, basically. All right, now for the site setup of meeting hall and kitchen. Firstly, we're just going to kick it off with kitchen because this is basically the same as the other site setup that was for the other first floor setup. A lot of times you're probably going to want to bring, you can bring castle, but I would like barricade this door. And then you can like reinforce this, or if you want to add an extension into dining, that is completely okay. It's going to kind of be up to your preference of what you want to do there. This hatch is probably going to want to get reinforced. I just didn't go upstairs to reinforce it. I'm being a little lazy, but again, if you're going to make an extension into dining, you can either reinforce this or make the head holes here. Completely up to you. Again, I would reinforce this single wall, and then kitchen wise, into security wise, obviously reinforce this wall, reinforce this one. Again, I'd put another rotate here. You can pop this hatch. Just honestly, I just really like that. You can reinforce this wall if you want, but I would put a rotate for sure into meeting, just because obviously to get in between both sites, it just makes the most sense, right? And then onto these back, onto this would be T1. Obviously, you want to put reinforcements here for T1, and then if you are Cade, you're going to want to throw, obviously, your Cade Claw right here, so you can protect this. Bandit would also go here, too. You can pop this hatch, I guess, if you want. Completely up to you. You can play downstairs, too. This site setup is, like, positions to hold, especially, I won't I'll kind of touch on this one while I'm explaining the site setup, because honestly, it's very up to you on what you want to do. So like you can play like kitchen. Obviously you want to put someone kitchen, obviously you want to put someone meeting. You can have people downstairs, you can have people upstairs. I would have some people roaming first floor, like near lobby. Now I would set up the upstairs, and I'll show you guys how I would set it up. I would probably put like a rotate into here, just because it's just gonna be easy, because you probably want like 2 people up here ideally, one watching kind of the main like area over like kitchen, watching over here like in like main hall, and then like in games and stuff. But I would throw someone up here. I would reinforce these 2 walls, because if you really look at it, right, this is directly above the original reinforcement, so this is going to get cated as well. So if you can hold on to this, this is very huge. You want to be holding this, is for sure. You want to have someone up here and set this up, have both these walls reinforced. That's why you bring Cade, because you can Cade that and this at the same time with just 1 claw. Stick someone up here, pop the hatch. They can defend this, you know, they can defend really all of meeting from this singular hatch. And this is a very strong power position, which we're not getting into that right now, but you know what I mean. So having someone up here, setting up here, reinforcements, stuff like that, that is basically going to be your site setup for this first floor meeting and the kitchen. All right, and then quickly we're going to talk about the positions that you need to be holding on this site to ensure you guys win. Obviously, first things first, have someone upstairs. At least I'd have probably 2 people upstairs. Obviously 1 above this hatch and then 1 defending the main area. I would stick probably 1 person definitely in kitchen. If you guys are going to extend into dining, you guys can have someone like dining area into kitchen, just kind of watching this way, because you know what I mean, you just got to key in the attack. And then I'd kind of put like 1 person probably roaming first floor, 2 people in sight, 2 people upstairs, right? Because a lot of the time, if they are kind of going for like a full rush, you know what I mean? Like, it's easy for, like, if you have 2 people upstairs, 1 on the hatch. If they're not going for, like, a full upstairs push, you can have, like, 1 person just drop this hatch, kind of play more in sight. If they're pushing, like, kitchen, you know, come down here to add, like, more lines of defense for them, right? But yeah, so having, like, 2 people upstairs, probably 1 person roaming first floor. You can have someone downstairs. You can have someone playing towers for sure. If you have someone playing like T2, T3, that would be great too. Just someone playing these stairs, kind of watching this back area. That's going to be great. But yeah, so those are probably the important positions to hold on this site. All right, now shifting into the attack side and how to attack each bomb site on Oregon. We're now first going to look at the 2nd floor bomb site, Kids Dorm. Now, there's a couple different pushes that you can do for this bomb site. Now, the first one obviously is going to be probably the most basic one, is going to be a balcony master push, where you're getting games wall open and you're kind of trying to flood in from there. You maybe have someone on games window, and then you have like people going through trophy. You maybe have someone like contesting white stairs. That would be like the first push that I would really think of, like the most default. The other one I would probably say is just pushing through attic, trying to get attic wall open, and then putting some pressure onto like trophy and stuff like that. If you can kind of clear both ways, or even combine that, where you have like some people getting trophy wall and pushing through or not trophy wall, but some people getting through master and into like closet and getting games wall and stuff like that. And then you also have some people getting attic, and you're kind of like pushing them back. And then maybe you have like 1 person on like big window, you know, being able to bait out there. That would be a very good attack strategy that I would definitely suggest. Operators, obviously, for that to happen, what I would say, definitely bringing, you're going to need wall. So you're going to need probably a thermite and an ace if you're going to get both walls, or even if you're just going to push from one of those ways, attic or through just games wall, you're going to need at least thermite or ace. You're probably going to need a thatcher. I would say Twitch is going to be good if they're like maybe bringing a Mira on that site potentially, or even if they aren't. Yang is always going to be good on any single bomb site. Doka B, looking at it, maybe Brava if they're running like Malusia or whatever. Flores is not bad if they're going Azami, because Azami is very popular on this site. Jackal if you're trying to roam clear. which might be a big thing if you're trying to push down first floor, because I would say Buck is going to be one of your best friends on this site. Other than Wall, I say he's one of the most important operators, because if you can get first floor, and basically the whole site is going to be soft other than attic. So if you can get first floor, establish that first floor control, and you can actually push people out of important positions like default plan. You can push people off of bunks. You can push people off of Bolo, which is like it's like close. It's like in sight by, if you guys don't know what Bolo is, it's like the trophy door into sight. It's like right. It's like if you're looking through trophy, like if you're in trophy right here, it's like close to the left of that, where like the little half wall is. That's Bolo. So Buck, Wall, anybody including Wall, Thermite, Ace, Thatcher, whatever, Flores, Jackal, um, and I would say like Grim would also probably be good, actually. Grim is very good if you're going to push Attic, pushing people off those positions. Flores, Dokkaebi, Ying, and then Buck, IQ if they have Valkyrie, and then Blackbeard also is pretty good if you want to initiate a push and stuff like that. Make the push a little bit easier to get in. So yeah, those are the operators and pushes you should be doing for second floor. All right, so the next site we're going to be talking about is a basement attack. Now, for basement, there's a lot of different ways you can go through this. The first and most common one that I would suggest is trying to do a bunker push. So if you're trying to do a bunker push, that basically means you go construction. You're just trying to get control of backstairs. You're trying to get control of meeting so you can get that hatch on E-Box. So basically pushing down backstairs, getting bunker control, pushing the person off elbow. If there's a Mira facing an E-Box, getting him off by like getting the hatch. Basically, that's what you want to do, is kind of just flood that side of the map where you're going bunker, you're going down backstairs, and you're taking that hatch upstairs. Operators you're going to want for that would probably be, I would say, like, probably you could go like Thatcher or EMPs would be good. So like if you want to go like a gridlock, just like flank, for the person going upstairs, you're going to want to bring maybe like a Habana. I'm honestly, Striker would probably be good because he can go solo push that upstairs, and he can get both the hatch and have the EMPs for that. So Striker would be very good. Having someone like Montaigne, even with the nerf, is very good because he's going to be able to kind of push and plow his way in. Same thing with Blackbeard. Twitch is going to be good because Mirror is going to be highly played on this bomb site. That would be great. That would be great. That would be great. Ying is great for pushing down bunker or backstairs. I would say Jackal, if you're trying to clear upstairs to get the hatch, is going to be good. Dokkaebi always going to be good. I would also highly suggest like a Nomad Gridlock again for an anti-flank if you're going to be upstairs getting hatches. And then floors is going to be a big one, obviously, because there's going to be a lot of Jaggers. Obviously, you're going to need to clear the shield out. So that's why you're going to want to bring like an operator like Twitch or Brava, because you're going to need to get the Jaggers, Wamais, so you can throw the nades. Operators with nades would be good. So like Grim doesn't have nades, like, but he's going to be very good if you're trying to push people off pillar power positions off that hatch. I'm kind of just saying a bunch of different operators. Osa is pretty decent on this site. Deimos is good for roam clear. Ram isn't really that good, but yeah, if they take away and they reinforce elbow, Ace isn't horrible here. But basically, you just want operators to kind of get your plant down, assert authority, get the shield off elbow, stuff like that. So you're gonna want to run nades. You want, you know, people to get hatches. You want people to be able to clear a lot of utility, right? So that's where you're gonna get your nature Flores and stuff. So basically, yeah. So that's the main attack, I'd say. Another one, you can go down like a freezer, you know, main take, where you're taking like the hatch on main, you're pushing down main, and then you're pushing down freezer and trying to collapse them that way. Then you can try to get plant on laundry. But I would probably suggest just doing the back push through bunker, upstairs, through E-Box, hatch, and then backstairs. That's probably going to be your best friend and probably the most simple, you know, to execute, with just being able to get the hatch, probably running a Grim upstairs, being able to push people off pillar, drop there, try to plant Iconic, which is close to that E-Box door. And then being able to push people back through, you know, bunker with authority, with like Monty, yinging them, being able to clear shield, make it easier for that. Make the smoke, if they're, you know, elbow, clear all of that utility there, make them throw all their stuff. and things like that. It's pretty simple for basement. Obviously, it's a lot easier to defend that site than attack, so you're going to need to be precise, but this is a good attack. All right, so the next site I'm going to tell you guys how to attack is obviously going to be kitchen and dining hall. Kind of get in the order again of how we are defense wise. But basically, I would say an easy push that you guys could do, and kind of the main two that I'm thinking of is going to be through small tower, and then through dining. Or meeting, sorry. So kind of how it would look is you want to like bring a thermite, and you're gonna want to like, or you can bring a thermite and open up the small tower wall into the dining hall, and then you can kind of push that way. I think that is going to be a good, push that you guys can do. Or you can kind of do it like to the other side where you're kind of pushing through meeting. You're going to open that and try to plant close where the usual rotate would be if you're going to be defending like the other first floor site, meeting kitchen. So operators, I would say, would definitely, you want hard breach no matter what way you're pushing, right? Because even if you're trying to get vert and stuff like that, you're still going to need to get those walls open so you can get the plant down, right? So bringing a thermite, I would definitely just bring a thermite. But if you want to bring ace, I guess I would say thermite's better for the job. And then obviously if you need to bring a thatcher for him. Other operators I would bring, Ram is going to be good because you're going to want to be playing vert on both of these first sites. So Ram's going to be very good. Habana, anybody with like secondary breach charges, or if you want to run Habana, that's fine. Jackal, Deimos, those guys are going to be great for being able to clear upstairs. Bringing a person like Blackbeard is going to be able to clear upstairs too very, very well. Dokkaebi is always great. Ying's always great. Nomad, Gridlock, those are good for flank. If you're going to be playing obviously on those vertical holes upstairs. Osa is also a very great operator, I will say, for both these first floor sites, because a lot of the time what you're going to want to be doing is getting walls open, getting sub open, and being able to push and then push into the site. Osa, get your plant down, and then kind of just defend the plant is kind of what is really great about these first floor sites. I would say a lot of the sites, obviously you're going to want to be playing for plant, but these sites are going to be very, very important to like get plants down and kind of set yourself up with the win condition of having an Osa and being able to plant behind it, and then people defend you behind and stuff like that. Other operators, just to wrap it up, I'd say Floors is always great creating utility. I haven't mentioned Zero in this video, but Zero is also going to be great on some bomb sites, especially like this one. Obviously he's good on more open bomb sites, but and open maps, but Zero is good for watching flanks and stuff like that. And then Brava if they have like a Melusi or anything. So pushing through small tower, getting the wall open, getting the plant down, or pushing through meeting, opening the meeting wall into kitchen, and then trying to get plant down are going to be your best friends, and those operators that I just said are going to be the best for that. And last but not least, the last site we're going to talk about in today's video is going to be first floor meeting, first floor kitchen. Now, big things in opposed to how I was talking about the last site. Again, you can either push through about two ways, I would say. You can push more of a kitchen side push, or you can push directly into meeting. Now, for the kitchen, obviously, what I would say is you want to get vert on the site, and then when you get the vert on the site, push through kitchen and try to get a plant down. Kind of clear that side of the map, clear like showers, shower hall, dining, small tower, so you can push into kitchen and then kind of just have vert above and plant that way. Or the other way I would say is push through meeting, where you push through the T1 breach. You get vert control, obviously, because a lot of the time when you are playing that meeting hall, a lot of people will be doing where they sit above the site on, with the wall reinforced. They're going to be sitting above the site just kind of contesting the plant, because when you get that double wall into meeting, a lot of people will bring an Osa and try to plant there, because that's an easy push. If you get that, clear that whole area, clear every single T1, T2, T3, you clear the basement or have like flank there, you can get an Osa and plant just on the stage there. So a lot of the time you're going to need to, if you want to execute that, which is like the default, a lot of the time you're going to need to be able to bring a wall. So I'd bring like a thermite thatcher, and then be able to get the wall upstairs on T2 leading into attic, and then also to get that main wall leading actually into meeting and then pushing people off. So being able to clear the roamers on this site are going to be huge, so you can have vert either way you go. And then also, again, bringing that win condition of like an OSA so you can plant behind that is going to be massive, massive, massive. Operators, I would say, it's going to be very, very similar to kind of the other first floor, so I'll just kind of run through it quick. Bringing, obviously, Thermite. I would not bring Ace here. I would just bring Thermite. It's going to be so much better for you. And then whoever you need to bring with your Thermite, like Thatcher. You can bring like a Twitch to clear things if you need to. Blackbeard's going to be good to initiate a push, especially if you're pushing upstairs. That's going to be great. IQ maybe if you want to be getting rid of the Velt cams. Buck is pretty decent, obviously, for Vert. Fuse for Vert. Jackal to clear the roamers. Ying's always going to be good. If you want to bring the smokes, you can obviously do that well. The Osa plants. Dokkaebi is always going to be good. Looking down, Nook if you're trying to go for a roam upstairs is going to be good. Flank if you're going to be sitting upstairs. So Gridlock and Nomad right next to each other. And then obviously you can run someone like Zero, I guess, would be cool. Flores if you need to clear more utility. Osa's going to be good. Osa's very, very good on both of these first floor sites, I cannot lie to you. And anytime you're trying to get a quick plant down or like strategic wise, Osa's going to be good. So if you're trying to get a strategic plant down, even on basement second floor, I didn't bring it up, but you can bring an Osa. Sens is kind of decent actually now with his buff. Grim's good to push people out of positions, especially if you're clearing upstairs. Brava's very, very decent for this if you need to clear cams, bulletproofs, maestros, whatever it may be. Ram is great for vert, and then Deimos is great for obviously clearing the roams. So a lot of operators are very good for both of these first floor sites, but obviously you have the ones that are stronger than others and that need to be brung every single time. But yeah, that is how to attack and defend every single site on Oregon. Alright, so that's gonna be all for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy this one and are able to take things out of this video and put them into your Siege game to help you guys improve, because at the end of the day, that's why I make these videos. But yeah, make sure again you go into the description if you're interested in Twitch at all. My Twitch is linked in the top description down below. Drop a follow if you are interested, and make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. If you learned anything new, like the video you see, like any of my content, I would greatly appreciate it. Road to 1,000 subs. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.